today we're going to be talking about some really fun trees, unique trees that we have discovered in our travels across the West.
Yes, we're pretty excited about it. It's really fun when somebody calls us and says, hey, did you know that we have one of these out here? And then we get to go and look at the trees, and it's just always so much fun to look at what different unique things people have thrown in their backyards, and for whatever reason, they are happy as a clam.
So we have some northern pecans that we've discovered as we're kind of cruising around town, and we were amazed that we could find pecans this big growing, and they're even producing some nuts. So that might be a tree that everyone might want to try to incorporate into their landscape. Another one is so unique, and I've seen it a couple different places, but I'm so happy to see it way out west in Gering, Nebraska, is Turkish Filbert. It has neat little foliage, it's got a great tight little shape, great color, and it's really adaptable to our soils. So that's another fun one that people should try to incorporate. Finally, one that I've also discovered is the Amur Cork Tree, and I can't believe that we can get it to grow. And it's one of those trees that we utilized from the Re-tree Nebraska program. We put it in a schoolyard, and it's seeming to do really well. Probably needs a little pruning job before we get too much further, before we can't control it as well as we would like.
Yeah, it's always so much fun when trees surprise us. Got to go check out this really cool bald cypress tree. Definitely one that wants to be in the lawn. It's in a really protected spot, which makes sense why it's doing so happy. And oddly enough, right next door, we happen to come across also a American sycamore tree. Again, not a tree that you would commonly find in western Nebraska. The homeowners told us that they had a little bit of twig dieback. It is a little bit exposed to the west, which honestly we would expect that here in western Nebraska. It's not really the deep freeze in the middle of winter. It's always that, you know, late freeze or early freeze in October, and that late freeze that happens in April that causes some problems. But other than that, it was also brought to my attention that we have a Yellowwood in Scottsbluff and downtown in the Centennial Park. And so that is a tree that anybody can go and check out. I got to see it in bloom last year, and there were bumblebees all over it. It was just the coolest thing.
Oh, I love it. I just love that we have people that want to push the envelope, that want to do some different things. And it's always unique to see what's successful and what's not successful. And I love this idea of the pecans that we have, because we have two, it's not just one. Right. And so we know that it wasn't just by chance.
Right.
This is probably a seed source that's really meant to be here. Yes. And so just trying to get that incorporated into the landscape more, and finding some seed sources that we can utilize is really what we want.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be really excited to have anybody send me an email at chrissyland@unl.edu. If you've got a unique tree in your backyard that you've planted or know of one, we definitely want to kind of keep tabs on these trees, because like you said, we want to know, is it potentially a good seed source that we should be working with more often? Or is it, for whatever reason, the only one in that area? And that's what we love, is tree enthusiasts. We want to know about the cool trees all the time.
Yes, I love it. Oh, it's always fun.